if you guys saw the allegations against Turkey Tom recently, but like I guess there was like allegations against him for assaulting, you know, some women that he was in relationships with in the past, and he apparently has a response video out. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna watch that response video. I've seen some of it and like it was a little crazy, so I thought I'll just watch it with you guys. So let's just watch it together, guys, and see what's up. Right?
I'm sorry that this response took so long. I wanted to make sure I had all the facts together before saying anything. Recently, I've been accused by an ex-girlfriend along with an ex-partner of non-consensually filming sexual encounters, being so rough and inconsiderate during sexual encounters that it bordered on assault, encouraging eating disorders, being into age play, along with a litany of other completely baseless, false accusations. The two women who are accusing me, Sacramento89, real name Rowan, and Left 4 Dead, real name Katie, took to gossip forum Kiwi Farms to post the accusations, along with carefully cherry-picked screenshots.
Nothing good ever comes out of Kiwi Farms.
These claims aren't super difficult to debunk just because of the overwhelming amount of evidence I have on my side. So without further ado, let's start with Sacramento or Rowan. This is a girl I dated for about 7 months, from May of 2025 until January 10th of 2026. 4 days later, she made her first post. Here, she alleges that I am a real freak and like to, quote, record sexual encounters without asking for consent. This is blatantly untrue. I have never recorded any sexual encounter without explicit consent. As a matter of fact, with Rowan, she was the one who initiated the idea of filming sex acts in the first place. On Tuesday, August 19th, after 3 months of knowing each other and being sexually active, Rowan texted me saying, "You should get those meta glasses when you crack me." I responded by saying, "For what?" And she answers again, "Cracking time."
Bro, this is the most Gen Z coded text message I've ever seen in my life, bro. Is this how we're texting now, by the way? Like, have I missed the patch update? Like, if we're sending text messages like this, bro, cracking time? Are we supposed to be texting people like this now?
Alluding to me filming her with the glasses onboard camera. Now, at the time, I did not feed into this. I did not show enthusiasm. I didn't even agree to get the glasses. I just responded and said,
that's a new one for me.
Sweet dreams. So one whole week goes by without us talking about it whatsoever. And then on August 25th, Rowan texts me saying, "You should get those meta things for real." So I respond by saying, "I think I'm going to avoid filming anything involving sex for a while," showing that I am clearly not the person interested in filming our sexual encounters. She is. As you can see in the text, even when I say I don't want to film us having sex, she pushes the issue. Now, to be clear, we did eventually take videos of ourselves being intimate, but I was given explicit consent every single time. And on a few occasions, she even took the phone out of my hand and was holding it while filming us. To be clear, there was never a tripod or a hidden camera. It was always handheld, and in every single video, she was clearly aware of the camera, making eye contact with the camera lens. Also, on September 8th, Rowan texts me, "I do miss it though," in regards to our sexual interactions. She follows it up by saying, "Send the videos." Keep in mind, these are videos that she claims in present day were taken without her consent. She then goes on to say, and I quote, "I will watch them and keep them close to my heart," clearly indicating she has no problem whatsoever with them existing.
That's so fucked up, bro. What the absolute fuck? Like, that is just a new level of insanity, right? Like, obviously, I think.
Extremely paranoid person when it comes to my personal life and my sex life and my dating life. As a public figure, I just like to keep my private life private. So I was very hesitant to send Rowan any sexual videos we had taken. However, I did send her one single still image from one of the videos where my face is obscured. I guess there was some lingering thought in the back of my mind that if her accounts were not locked down super well, and if she had been hacked, then the videos could have been made public. Now, there's an implication she makes a few different times that I'm basically blackmailing her with these videos.
Somebody asked if you had any intention of getting any sort of like law enforcement involved, but I feel like you answered this where you just want to try to compel him to delete whatever he has on you, and that's like the like the extent of your interests.
Yeah. And if he doesn't, I don't know. I'm kind of confused about what to do, but we'll see.
At no point anywhere did Rowan provide any proof of me threatening to release these videos of us having sex or threatening to send them anywhere. So she has no reason to believe that I would ever release them. The idea that I, a person who makes a living as a public...
So, like, I'm kind of confused right now. She basically was like, I just want, she liked it, she encouraged it, and now she's trying to retract the fact that she said all of that and is like, no, I was not okay with that. Am I getting that correct right now?
Public figure would publicly release videos of me fucking my ex-girlfriend to get back at her is so insane. Not only would that incur reputational harm beyond belief, but also serious legal consequences. The only person who has ever sent an image of us having sex to anyone is, ironically, Rowan. Days after I broke up with her, she, without my consent, sent the only image she has of us having sex to the owner of Kiwi Farms. Here, listen to him describe it.
Oh,
That's
and
insane.
one other thing, I forgot about this, but you actually, Sacramento had sent me a picture that was like censored. Apparently, the only picture that he would send you is one where his face isn't clear.
Wait, and then she willingly sends it. She willingly sent the picture herself. So she's the leaker in this situation. When she was afraid of him leaking, she leaked. What?
Clearly visible in it. But you can,
Yes.
I can tell the desk, like his computer is moved onto the table, but I can still see like the monster is like on the cozy that's like on the table, like in the exact same position. So I can tell that's clearly his desk.
I guess I just find it ironic that someone who's accusing me of blackmailing her with her nudes literally sent a picture of us having sex to a man that she has never met. Now, Josh recounts seeing this image and talks about how hard it looked like I was grabbing
That's
Rowan on the
insane.
mouth, essentially using it as evidence to support another claim she made.
Hey, yo, grabbing her in the mouth? What the hell was happening in that picture, bro? What the hello?
Makes that I'm too rough during sex, which I find very interesting because after I sent Rowan this photo, she texted me saying, I like when you cover my mouth like that. Again, she texted,
What? There's no way. Bro, this seems like it should be like an open and shut case, right? Realistically speaking, at this point, we're only 5 minutes in, by the way. This is like as much as I had watched earlier, but like it seems like it should be so open and shut because she's saying all this stuff where she's like, oh my God, I don't like how rough he was. Then here she is immediately, if these text messages are true, if we are to believe that these messages are true, she's saying, oh my God, I like it when you are that rough. Like, that's crazy.
me asking me to send her the videos, and she says, yeah, whenever you're not locked in, send the videos. It will fix me for about a week. Goon sesh. This is clear evidence that she...
Is it clear evidence? Is it? I don't know, man. Does anyone really text like that? Are these real text messages from a real human being? Because I'm kind of like refusing to believe that a real human being actually texts like that. You know?
She has no problem with these videos existing. To this day, she has provided zero proof that the videos were recorded non-consensually, or that I was blackmailing her with them, or that I had any intention of sending them to anyone. Reason being, I never did any of those things. In Rowan's interview, she claims that I never asked for consent to film these sex acts, and says that she wouldn't notice I was filming until 30 seconds to 1 minute into it.
I'm not sure of an exact date, but maybe like 2 or 3 months into our relationship, he never asked me. He would just pull out his phone and record, and I wouldn't notice until maybe 30 seconds in a minute or a minute into it.
Now, I obviously...
Wait, so she's saying that he would just start recording and she wasn't okay with it when she's the one that allegedly said, yo, get the meta glasses, I want you to record us. Hello?
Can't and would never show these videos to anyone, but
That's
in them,
insane.
it's undeniable that she is staring directly into the camera from the moment the video...
Bro, that's crazy. That she's staring into the camera? No.
starts. She never once questions why I'm filming or what I'm doing, because the reality is that every single time we recorded, I had explicit permission. Ask yourself, how could she possibly have never consented to filming when she's literally holding my phone next to her face as she sucks my dick? In the interview...
I shouldn't be laughing at this. That's great. I shouldn't be laughing. This is a serious situation, guys. But like, it's so crazy. I mean, like, you're right. He's right though, right? Like he's kind of right. You can't say that you're not giving someone permission if you're like this and you're like, ang, ang, ang. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way.
Interview, she says that what really concerns her is that I wouldn't send her any of the sexual videos we took.
I had asked him multiple times if he could please send me the videos, so like he's not the only one who has videos of me naked, and he either ignored the question or was just like, no.
As I said earlier, I was paranoid to send these videos to anyone, even her, for fear of them leaking. Weirdly,
that makes
messages
sense.
at the time...
Dude, as a content creator, bro, I'm even afraid to flirt with people in the fear of what would happen to our DMs if they ever leaked, brother. Like, to this day, okay? Like, his situation is a lot more serious than mine because I've been in not nearly as severe of a situation, but I literally called a girl cute, and she tried to get me canceled for calling her fucking cute. I have not flirted with a woman since. Okay, I am too scared to because I'm afraid of the stupidity that some of these women will fucking like try to, reach levels of to try to get me fucking canceled for. Which not all women, obviously. I'm not an incel, okay? But like I'm just too scared.
She seems to actually get it, saying, I want to see them videos, goon time, before following up by saying that she actually understands why I'm scared to send them to her. Now we're going to fast forward to October 17th in our text, and Rowan says, do you ever go back and watch our videos? And I reply, yes, I do sometimes, actually. Rowan responds that she's thinking about that right now, and then says, quote, need that big white cock.
This is information that I didn't need to have about Turkey Tom, but at least now I know that he's packing. All right, we're all here and present for this information. I'm glad that we all found out together.
It's also kind of strange to me that at the time she referred to them as our videos.
He's proud of this too. He's proud that the internet is finding this out together. He's like, she called it big, and we're all gonna know. Like, his audience knows now. How many subs does he have, dude? All 1.6 million of his subscribers now know that he has a big one.
But in the present, she's claiming she doesn't even want them to exist. On November 6th, Rowan asked me why I never ask her for nudes. I say I have a bunch of videos already, and that's why. She does not express that she has a problem with me having the videos. She doesn't complain about it. She does.
I mean, that's kind of fair too, bro. Like, listen, if my girl was sending me stuff like of her own volition all the time, why would I ask? I mean, I've done this in the past. Like, when like I've had, partners who would just send me stuff, I didn't ask because she's just like, send it to me. It's like a fucking Tuesday and I'm sitting here working on stuff and she's just sending me stuff. I didn't need to ask. I was like, cool. All right. Why ask?
And say they were taken without her consent. In fact, throughout the entire relationship, she was sending me nude photos of herself unsolicited every single month. Why would you send nude photos of yourself to someone you think could use them against you? Rowan personally posted dozens of screenshots of our texts, and not a single one shows her bringing up any of the videos being non-consensual. Another interesting fact is that during our breakup, she texted me a pros and cons list.
All right, let's go through this chat. All right, these are pros and cons. Okay, wait, where does it start? I can't. Are these the cons or are these the pros? Okay, pros. Sweet sometimes, dates are nice, tries to make it work, funny, pays for meals, makes me feel secure, muscles. Okay, that's a very short list of I guess these are also pros. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. So dry and vague, rarely compliments me. No, these are definitely cons. Okay, all right, sorry. The cons start here. Cons. Chopped in the face and thinks we're matched in looks. Okay. Cheated on his ex. Oh my God. Follows his friends around like a dog. Ooh. Seems depressed all the time. Ugh. No surprises. Ooh. All right. Takes hours to respond. Ugh. So dry and vague. Oof. All right. Rarely compliments me. Ooh. Okay. Online all the time. No hobbies and other than gym or video games. Ooh. Talks about other women lustfully in front of me. Wait a minute. Hold on, bro. Why is he willingly sharing this about himself? Follows Instagram models and OnlyFans girls even when I ask him to stop. Okay, bro. I don't know if she liked you. Why would you willingly share this information, bro? I mean, he's airing it out though, to be clear. Like, it doesn't look like he's holding back. Okay, doesn't leave his house. Okay, why is that a con? I feel like that's a pro, right? You said he cheated in the past, right? But he's not. If he's not leaving the house now, that means he's not cheating anymore. I feel that's a pro in my book. I think we can all agree that that's a pro now, right? No hobbies in the gym. Okay, we already read that one. Let's see. No romance. Seems like he still feels some type of way towards his ex. Every time I bring up a valid concern, he says, I'm nice to you, though so stop complaining. Sent dick pics to Belle Delphine copycat before. Okay, this why again, I would not, bro, you couldn't waterboard this out of me, bro. You could not. There's no way in hell. Like, why would you willingly share this on the internet? All right, he's ran through is crazy. Looks up to Sam Hyde unironically, said he likes hurting me during sex even when I bleed. Oh, okay. Seems kind of self-obsessed. Doesn't ever talk about us, just him. Doesn't really seem to care about my goals at all. Everything is all about him. I do the bare minimum. Therefore, you're not allowed to feel upset. Okay, and this was written January 4th, 2026. All right, this is again, I would not. You could not waterboard this out of me, bro. I would never.
Which she apparently had written about me on January 4th of 2026. And in the con section, she complains about a lot of things, but she doesn't mention non-consensual videos whatsoever. With that out of the way, we can move on to Rowan's claim that I was sexually abusive towards her. In that same pros and cons list, Rowan wrote, says he likes hurting me during sex and making me bleed. This also reflects her public claims about me, but the great irony is that I never even said this. She did. On September 14th, 2025, Rowan sent me a text saying, quote, I'm such a freak. I like when it hurts and bleeds after.
Oh my God, there's no way. She contradicts herself in if these messages are even remotely or vaguely true, this sucks, bro. Her entire argument would fall apart here. Like, surely he could sue her. He could. Like, realistically speaking. Like, this is insane. This is actual insanity.
Ting Wong. In one of her public-facing posts about me, she posts an interaction which reads as follows. She says, quote, like, we don't need to do it 3 times in one day, or do it so hard I hurt and bleed. And I said, well, if you don't want to have as much sex, we don't gotta. We can do other things. And she says, okay, I like doing other things too. The way this screenshot...
Bro, do they have hobbies? Like, do they not know how to, like, chill? Do they not know how to, like, I don't know, relax and, like, sit next to each other and play games on your, like, fucking Nintendo DS? Right? Like, do you guys not do that when in relationships? Or are you guys just, like, the boring type of couples who do just have sex all the time?
Shot is cropped. It comes across like I'm some, like, just, like, super callous freak who's...
Why no screenshots from her side? If this is real, there are screenshots from her side. Her stuff was posted 2 weeks ago. I mentioned this earlier. Her stuff is already on the internet. This is what he's talking about. He's literally showing her screenshots.
Brutally jackhammering her vagina like Steve mining diamonds. But in the full uncropped screenshot, her immediate response to me after that is, I'm a freak. I say this, and as soon as I see you, I'm going to be freaky again. I can't resist. In the interview, she elaborates on this even more, specifically claiming that she would bleed almost every time we had sex.
Okay, and you would bleed the same? And you didn't stop?
Yeah, I would bleed almost every time.
This is just blatantly untrue as well, and it's easy to see by going through our text messages. On August 17th of 2025, the day after my birthday, Rowan and I were...
Do you mind getting your sword bloody? What the fuck? You could not. Bro, you could put me in a torture chamber, a gun to my head. I would never share this with another human being.
Planning to go to mass, and she wanted to have sex with me. So she texted me saying, Tom, I started my period. I was driving, so I couldn't say much, but I replied by saying, that sucks. I'm 40 minutes away. She follows up by asking me if I mind getting my sword bloody, and I say I'll be okay. So if it wasn't already clear, she's asking me if I'm okay with getting blood on my dick. Why would this be something she's even asking if every time we have sex, I'm making her bleed? Keep in mind, this is months into us going out and being sexually active, and she's still worried that the idea of bleeding during sex would gross me out. Now, as soon as she began posting about me, people were naturally perplexed by her claim that she was bleeding from sex every single time. They asked if she had some kind of medical problem, and she says, I have no health issue that I know of, never bled during sex before.
Okay.
It was the aggression. Just gave into it after a while and told him I liked it, but I bled after almost every single time. I feel like most of this statement has already been dispelled, but even the smallest detail of no medical condition that I know of is also false. On September 24th of 2025, Rowan texted me saying that she's going to switch from her current birth control, Nexplanon, to the pill because she has month-long periods that cause her to bleed. So regardless of sex, Rowan admittedly bleeds for an entire month at a time. One of Rowan's main criticisms is that I'm too rough. In fact, she describes our sexual interactions.
So it's not his fault necessarily then. It was just her birth control and she's trying to blame it on him. What? That's so stupid. That's actually just unironically dumb. What?
As intense violent aggression every single time.
I genuinely did think that he would maybe change and stop being so aggressive, because he told me before that he would like kind of chill out, but he never did chill out, and it kept being the same very intense violent aggression every single time.
She also alleges that I hit, choked, and beat her without asking, essentially painting me as an abusive partner.
Unfortunately, I did still stay with him, and I know a lot of people seem to have a lot of questions about.
Bro, see this again, bro. This is why I can't, bro. Listen, I understand y'all want crazy women in your lives, bro, but this is what could happen to you. You date a crazy girl, bro. This is exactly what could happen to you, bro. I understand that the BPD girls give some of the best top you could ever have in your life. Trust me, I've been there. All right, I have been sent to Valhalla because of the top I've gotten from women like that. However, all right, the moment you leave them, this could happen to you, brothers in Christ, and I don't want it to happen to you. I've been in situations where I've been close to this happening to me. Okay, all right, I have been accused before. I literally have. Now, granted, all of those rumors were put to rest in under 48 hours. Thank God. All right, I got lucky. But like, still, okay, this could happen to you too, because it's happened to me, my brothers in Christ. All right, and legitimately, I do think you don't want this. You think you want the smoke, but you don't. You really necessarily don't. You need to find you a girl that goes to church, a really nice one. Okay, trust me. All right, I understand you're like, nah, Evan, don't want to try it. No, you don't. You don't need to try it. Okay, trust me, you don't want to. Okay, I understand that you want to try the girls that want it rough and all this shit. No, you don't. Okay, all right. Now walk that back and then find you a good girl. Okay, go to mass on Sunday. If you're not religious, I'm not religious either, actually. I don't even know why the fuck we're talking about church. Go to a bookstore, okay, and find you a fucking girl in the goddamn manga aisle. Actually, that's too boring. Go to the fucking smut aisle. That's where they probably are. Go find you a girl in that aisle. They're freaky too. And you know what? She's probably a good girl too. So yeah, go find one there.
About that, and honestly, you were completely correct to question my judgment as to why I stayed with him, even though he was, hitting and choking and beating me.
There's this idea she's trying to paint that in the relationship, I was constantly pushing this rough, violative sex onto her, and even though she didn't like it and was being abused, she stayed with me. I've seen some people question her saying things like, well, if you hated it, why didn't you just leave? But realistically, sometimes people do stay with abusive partners, and I don't want to invalidate their stories through my response. The real reason that she didn't leave is because she loved having sex with me, and throughout our entire relationship was constantly begging me to validate her fantasies. In this first screenshot here, she expresses that she is a real freak and says that she wants me to kidnap her, even saying, I want to be tied up, taken to the woods, and pounded. So maybe there's something wrong with me. I respond by saying that we should...
Bro, where did he find this girl? What the hell?
Not have sex in the woods. And she says, you nervous? Right here in this next one, Rowan says, I yearn to be manhandled and led across a dark room. That's why I like you. I reply saying, you are like a dungeon person. And she says, you are big like a caveman and I feel small next to you. In fact, anytime I wanted to have more loving, slow...
Okay, again, I'm gonna be real. I have been with women like this. And you know what I told them? Nah, I'm good. All right. There's a point, my brother. You need to learn how to tell them no. Okay? Like you just have to tell them no. I mean, he's being stern, but I don't think he's being too stern. You know what I mean? All right, she freaky. Okay, like this girl is like off the charts freaky. Goddamn. but like he needed to put his foot down. He was not putting his foot down firmly enough.
Oh, I guess sensual intercourse with Rowan in the bedroom. She actually had a problem with that. I remember one specific instance where I was being more slow and sensual, and I remember her whispering in my ear saying, "I want you to pound me." And that's probably why on June 5th, 2025, she texted me saying, "I need to get face fucked for an hour." And I replied by saying, "Damn, exams suck." On June
Okay. Yeah, no, she's insanely freaky. Hey, she's single now, is what you're saying though, right? not that it matters. But like, no, I wouldn't. All right, I'm not that bad. But dude, that's insane, bro. That's actually crazy. Bro, stay away from them, dog. You gotta stay away from women like this, chat. All right, realistically. Why are you saying Evan no? Chat, I would literally never, chat. Relax. Okay, I'm not that type of person. But dude, like, there is no way in hell, bro, this girl can be that horny all the fucking time, dude. Like, what the fuck? But like, I get where he's coming from, where like, sometimes you just want to be a chill guy. You just want to chill out, and you want to be a little bit more romantic, right? But like, if your partner is just like, nah, bro, like, I just want to like fuck, it's like, dude, can you relax? Okay, can you stop being a horn dog for once in your damn life? Like, damn.
June 7th, she texts me and says, "I'm excited to get fucked borderline domestic violently." At one point in the interview, she states that one time I was...
Is he pulling some reverse psychology? Just the most met response? Okay, you can't victimize this man right now. If a man's saying met responses, that's not fucking reverse psychology. I give met responses. I'm not fucking trying to fucking, reverse psychology bullshit anyone. Hello? It's just because I'm like, yeah, no, meh. All right, like, just because a person has dry responses doesn't mean they have fucking ulterior motives. Sometimes they just have dry responses because they don't give a shit. You ever thought about that? You ever think sometimes someone's just not interested? You ever think sometimes they're protecting their integrity as a fucking human being? And they're not trying to, I don't know, not fucking twist your goddamn fucking fantasies, and they're just trying to make sure that they're okay as a goddamn human being? Because look at this situation. Look at it. She's crazy.
Angry at my ex-girlfriend, and that the next time we had sex, I was particularly aggressive. This is a very strange thing to accuse me of, given that on October 13th, Rowan says verbatim, "Sometimes I want to fight you just so you be more angry when you fuck me."
I've gotten that exact same text message from an ex, bro. That's crazy. That is this is giving me war flashbacks at this rate, bro. I feel like I have my heart's pounding. Actually, if I had my watch on, I want to see like what my fucking stress levels would be at right now.
She clarifies, saying, "I do like that though, even without the fighting." So at every opportunity,
Jesus
this girl
Christ.
is publicly saying, "Oh my God, look at all this horrible shit he did to me." And then she's texting me that she wants me to kidnap her, tie her up, and pound her in the woods. And if anyone is putting up any resistance to that, it's me. She once again lies about weird little things in the interview. Like she says that I was her second boyfriend.
He was I guess my second boyfriend.
And when I heard this, I was very confused because she told me that I was her third. In my opinion, she said this to make herself seem less sexually experienced than she really is, to make the case stronger that I was taking advantage of her. Now, in this next post, she writes, "Again, I'm not alleging anything illegal, just that he would hit and choke because he was a super gooner. Sort of normalize it in my..."
He's the super gooner, not saying that she's the super gooner. That's crazy, bro. Just throwing all the blame on him is pretty insane, bro. Damn, man. Like, why didn't she just confess, like, yo, I was low-key a freak? Like, man, that's crazy.
My head, but it's definitely not okay to do that. So for information on how I supposedly normalize this behavior, let's go back to the beginning of our relationship and see what our conversations about sex were like. On Wednesday, May 14th, after only hanging out with Rowan once, she texted me saying she's excited to hang out with me again, and she already knows my penis is massive, without me saying anything sexual to her at this point. So as you might suspect, we did have intercourse on our second date, and after this first sexual encounter, Rowan texts me saying, quote, "Rape thing is so hot. I never did that before. You should tie me up next time. My response to this is consensual sex is good. And she says, you know what I meant by that. I don't know what to call it. So from the...
What the fuck, bro? And you willingly continue to go out with this one. All right. Now, I'm just going to imagine that she's hot as fuck, okay? Because to have willingly continued to see this person, once again, the head must have been the greatest that he's ever had in his life. And secondarily, she must be fine as fuck. But goddamn, bro, is the dating scene cooked if these are the types of women that are still out there, bro? Like, are you telling me that, like, this is what I'm to expect out in the field right now? Because I don't know if I want to be out here in the field right now. Bro, yo, someone's got to take me off the market, bro. Someone's got to take me off the fucking market because realistically speaking, I can't be out here with these fucking goons.
Very first interaction we have, she calls our sex rape for some reason, saying how hot it is, to which I...
Okay. If she's calling the sex on the second date the R word, and you continue to willingly see this woman, my brother in Christ, I don't think the problem is her. I think the problem is you. Case closed, right? Like, I feel like he cooked himself. How far are we into this video? 15 minutes. He cooked himself there. Like, she called it the R word, but like she called it consensually that. But still, I would literally pull back. I would be like, listen, I'm not comfortable with you saying that. I'm good. We don't need to see each other anymore. Boom. Case closed.
I clarify that it was consensual, and she says, I know what you mean. And for the record, I never indulged in her fantasy to be tied up. Just not something I was interested in any way. And we also never did anything in the woods, in case you're curious about that.
I was not curious at all, brother. I wouldn't have cared. Okay, thank you for telling me, though. I'm glad that we clarified that, right? Man walked into a bear trap and stayed in it. That's what I'm saying, bro. He literally willingly walked into this damn bear trap. What the hell? The dating scene is rather shallow in certain parts of the world, bro. He needs to go find him a good woman. Is what I'm learning right now. He's a good person in general.
To hammer this point home, let's go over some more texts where Rowan talks about sex. On Friday, May 16th, she texts me asking when I'm free and says that she needs my, quote, big dick. And I say, don't say ah. And she says, it is, and I need it. On May 18th, Rowan says she's not used to being with someone with as big of a dick as mine. She says that it hurt her, but she wants to do it again, and she won't be a pussy about it. Some of her public claims about me are more...
Bro, I mean, listen, I get it, bro. You got a massive one, all right? You're really proud of it, and she's like putting the spotlight on it, all right? How big is it, though? At this rate, you might as well tell us, all right? 10 inches, 11, a foot, all right? How, like, girth? Like, how girthy is it, too?
Desperate and weird than others. Like she complains that I didn't eat her out.
Like, he never once ate me out, but he would demand that I would constantly suck his dick. And, like... Yeah.
But here is a text message of me directly telling her, look, I'm a selfish lover. And she says, it's okay. I like sucking dick more than getting eaten out. I'm a real freak. Despite her acting...
Holy shit. He set the boundary, and she said it's okay. And now she's trying to walk that back? What are our thoughts on this, chat? All right, I want to get our thoughts, our collective thoughts on this. What are we all thinking here? All right, comments on YouTube, let me know as well. Because realistically speaking, he did try to have that discussion with her, and she did say it was okay. Right now, personally speaking, though, I think that he should have like still tried his best to reciprocate when he could, right? But like, she said it was okay. We also saw the text message of her begging for him to do the thing. Right. So like, I don't know, man. I don't know. He should have dumped her day one. Realistically speaking, yes, that's what should have happened here. I think he fucked himself. Right. We solved the problem of this video 15 minutes in. OK, but yeah, like going forward. Yeah, he's at fault 100%. but yeah, I mean, he probably should have like reciprocated at the very least,
Like, I am a like sexual degenerate, repeatedly doing sex acts she doesn't enjoy. Here she is saying, you match my freak, kind of. not "you're too freaky" or "we've been too freaky." She says that I match her freak. Here in this next one, she says, "I'm getting on my knees as soon as I see you, by the way, freak mode." In this next one, I give a little bit of input. I tell her I'm thinking about her pussy. And she responds to me saying, "You gonna tear it up or what?" Now, my question for you in the audience would be,
bro, if ever someone leaks my DMs with me flirting with them, I'm cooked. I'm just cooked, brother. This is why I past, I think it was 2023 for the most part. I try not to flirt in DMs like as much, because like I just don't ever want any of my DMs to leak, and I never want to be put on a spot like this, because this is a big fear of mine. This is a genuine big fear of mine being a content creator. Like, I don't want any human being on the planet to see how I flirt, because unfortunately I live in the public light. And like, I know you guys flirt like this, and you can't pretend like you don't. We all fucking do, because we're all fucking human beings, right? But it's cringe. It's cringe when you see someone else do it. And I would hate for someone to see me do it, right? Like, this is abhorrently cringe.
Do people who are into slow, romantic, candlelit sex describe intercourse as their pussy getting torn up? I would say probably not. Here in this next one, she says she's going to leave mass early on Sunday to go get some dick. And keep in mind, I don't want to reveal any of this information, okay? I don't want to be saying this.
I hate that you did.
I don't want to be
genuinely
here right now.
hate that you did.
And I would never intend on sexually shaming an ex-partner. But she's gone out of her way to not only shame me, but also to lie in an effort to paint me as some gooner, freak, borderline.
We gotta go to
rapist.
church after this, bro.
So let's keep going. Here,
do we have to, dog? I feel like we gotta go to church right now. You know, waiting for the day Evan deletes Twitter so he can no longer know if he's getting canceled or not, dude. Bro, there are days where I don't know when I'm getting canceled, but I know I'm getting canceled only because people DM me on Discord to tell me that I'm getting canceled. And I'm like, what the fuck am I getting canceled for now? And then they explain it to me, and I'm like, oh, just another day then. And I just ignore Twitter for that day.
Rowan makes a post saying that I am a Patrick Bateman gooner because I flexed in the mirror after we had sex. But the strange part about this is that I have a text of her saying, quote, "I keep thinking about how hot it was watching myself take your big dick in the mirror. Gooner as fuck. Sorry."
Okay, we're taking a break after that one. I'm gonna eat some.
Reading through what she says about me publicly,
Okay.
it's like every accusation she makes towards me is actually some kind of confession to her own behavior. On June 25th, she texts me wondering if she can give me head after getting her wisdom teeth taken out. She obviously wouldn't be.
What the fuck? That was a crazy thing to come back to. By the way, I literally just went to eat. Me and chat watched an entirely different video because, you know, we needed a break from this one. You know, I had a Subway sandwich. We watched an offline TV video. It was a good time. It was great. We were like racist for the last like 45 minutes. And we come back to this. It was a video about like trying to discover who the Asian person was. We weren't actually being racist. Then we come back to this.
Be able to do that because it causes your face to swell up like a blimp. And she responds with, "No, I got to do it as much as possible before." Here, Rowan's asking me, "Am I the tightest, most perfect girl you ever fucked?" On July 2nd, she says, "I miss that big dick so much. I'm under spells." On July 5th, I bring up us wearing condoms, and Rowan says, "Ew, no," and then tells me that she wants me to cream pie her and that she's a real freak. After I say happy birthday, sweetie, for her 21st, she says that all she wants for her birthday is my big white cock. In this next one, she texts me saying,
"Brother, he's having too much fun with this. He's having way too much fucking fun with this, bro. That's crazy. That is crazy. Like, why, man? This girl is insane. Like, she is like actually insane. Again, though, I said it earlier, and I'm probably repeating myself again because we took a break from this video, but he could have solved this problem 15 minutes into the video. If he, after the second date, just walked away from her, none of this would have ever come back to him.
"I miss feeling like I'm going to break in half, not gonna lie." And this next one, she says, "I like when you make me choke on it and call me a good girl." On July 23rd,
Goddamn.
she says, "Can I come over and suck on it Friday night?" Which I don't accept. I tell her that I'm busy. She then says, "I have the big white cock addiction." Interestingly enough, in this next one, she's
This sounds like a boring relationship, though. Like, straight up, like, this actually sounds like the most boring relationship in the world. If looking at their conversations, if this is all they talk about, which I'm sure it's not, but if this is mostly what they talk about, or from the context here, it's all they're showing, obviously. I don't know what the fun is in this relationship. Like, what if you guys just, I don't know, go to a fucking golf course and play mini golf, or freaking, well, you don't play mini golf at a golf course. You know what I mean, though? Like freaking talk about, like, I don't know, your favorite Power Ranger or something. Like, anything else would be more entertaining than this.
Asking me if I can,
it's almost all physical.
Have sex with her while holding her in the air, essentially, and tells me that I should try to do it. Once again, a pretty bizarre thing to ask someone to do who allegedly has been abusing you for 3 months by now with overly rough sex. On July 21st, she starts off by texting me, "I hate gooner men," and then not even 1 minute later, she says, "I need that big white cock." On August 23rd,
what is this? This contradiction is insane.
she says, "Whenever I wake up without my morning Tom face fuck, I am sad." On September 2nd, she expresses that she wished she lived closer to me, but if she did, it would be an issue because she would want to come suck my dick all the time. On September 17th, she sends me an Instagram reel of someone praying the rosary. I don't respond, and she follows up by saying, "I miss that dick so much." Here in this next photo, she sends me a picture of her in lingerie with the caption, "When it's rape time." And after she said that, all I did was respond with a photo of the movie Just Friends.
He loves her, she loves him not. That is this where he's like pulling away and trying to break up with her? Like, is this what's happening here? Because like, that's so weird, man. That is like, she's insane. Like, we've established this, yes, obviously, but she is off the charts crazy, bro. That is insane. And for the people joining in on stream here, like, TLDR, she's accusing him of sexually assaulting her. And obviously he's proving that he didn't.
On Thursday, September 25th at 7:30 a.m., Rowan says, "I hope you come. I got something special for our rape times." I say, change that to consensual sexual encounters, and she says, "I know." She expands on this particular message and says, "Are you mad at me? I know it's consensual." So even as we're approaching over 4 months of being together, she's still telling me that our sex is consensual and that she likes it. Now that I've gone through a lot of our messages, I think it's pertinent that we get into the month of October.
But she has the CNC, I think is what it's called. I don't know. But she has that fantasy in her head. And that's the part I think that, like, you know, he doesn't really like, right? And like, that's what's really complicating it for this relationship, it sounds like.
October. This is the month that Rowan has publicly claimed that there was one specific incident that occurred during which she asked me to stop having sex with her, and I did not. To be perfectly clear, this never happened. But just to have some fun, we can go through our texts day by day.
Bro, why are we still going through these texts, bro? Why we're going to go through all the texts this month? Are we really doing this? Okay, I guess we are.
In this month, to see which day this horrific incident could have possibly occurred. On October 2nd, she texts me saying, "You are perfect." On October 3rd and 4th, we hung out. She asked me if I got home okay, and she says that I am her formal date in her heart. She then says that she hates when anyone comments on her body, even in a positive way, and I tell her that she should eat slop and go for a walk and not worry about it, and that she is beautiful.
Wait! Hey! Did she just say the N-word? What? Why are we glazing over that fact? She said, "Thank you, nigga." She is not black. What the fuck? What? Tom! Hello?
And I tell her that she should eat slop and go for a walk and not worry about it, and that she is beautiful. On October 8th, she continues being sexual, complimenting my arm. She then resends me a meme that says, "Me if I do not have violent sex very soon." On October 8th, she also says, "I miss my handsome husband." Here, I tell her I landed in Texas. She says, "I miss sucking on it." She then texts me saying, "You got to start putting rape time in your reminder."
Bruh, see, this is her. She ain't black, Tom. Tom, we gotta have a conversation. Tom. I wasn't on your side to begin with, to be fair. But like, I was hearing you out. And then 15 minutes in, I stopped hearing you out because you created your own problem, because you could have walked away from this girl. But I understand the sex was probably good. I get that, right? It was probably fucking amazing. I've been there too, all right? You know, I've had this happen similarly. However, my brother in Christ, she said the N-word? She said the fucking N-word. Nigga! And she white! Damn!
On October 9th, she says that she wants to hang out. I say I arrived. On October 10th, she says, let me know when you get back safe. I always have such a fun time with you. On October 14th, she says she wishes she was waking up to me in the morning. And she then expresses sadness that I'm not moving closer to the city where she's from to live near her. She then states that her life has improved since meeting me because previously she was partying and going out, and now she spends time with me. On October 15th, she says, I started my period. I wish I could come suck on it. And that evening, she says, I would kill myself if I had to talk to any other man.
Someone in my chat just typed, she didn't say it, she typed it. Mods, execute that person. Remove his VIP status. I actually mean that, by the way.
And but you. I say, that's true, I'm a nice guy. And she says, yeah, I'm the bad guy. On October 17th, we've already read this, but this is once again where she says, do you ever go back and watch our videos? And I say, yeah, I do sometimes actually. And she responds to me that she's thinking about that right now and says, quote, need that big white cock. In the mirror, you deadass look like the Hulk compared to me. Now, one thing to note here is that at no point does she express that the videos were taken without her consent. Once again, I just want to have that hammered down here. On October 19th, she texts me saying she needs my milk right now. She then says I miss my perfect jacked boyfriend, and that night she sends me nudes. At 10 p.m., she sends me a photo of a guy with a clock in his hand and says I need...
Not the Fortnite AI generated image, bro. Why does he have 3 fingers, dude? Which fucking AI did she use to generate this, bro?
That dick. On October 21st, I sent her a bicep photo. She responds saying, you look good, Tom. I can't wait to suck your dick. She says, I love you. You're a great boyfriend. She then says, you never officially asked me to be your girlfriend, to which I say that.
Okay, Tom, we're going through these photos way too quickly, brother. See, if I didn't catch the N-word last time, right, like I'm like an N-word detector. You know what I mean? Right? Like when I see the word, I see it. Okay, we got to go through this more slowly, Tom. Or I don't know if anyone else noticed the N-word. Okay, like yes, I'm in hot girl walk. I take pic in a butt. What? Okay, what does that even mean? What is it? What? How old is she, Tom? Is she like 22? Because what does this Gen Z speak, bro? Do people actually text like this, bro? Do you guys text like this? For my 20-year-olds out there, do y'all be flirting like this?
Yes, we did. On October 23rd, there's proof we hung out that day. She then says, text me when you get home safe, and I say, I made it. She also texted me saying, I love when my bed smells like your musk. On October 24th, she says, good night, you're the best boyfriend ever. October 25th, she sends me a photo of herself in a deer outfit and says, meow, I miss Tom's big white dick. That night, she says, I'm going to send you ass pics tomorrow. On October 26th, we've read this one before, but here she says, next time during our epic rape time, you can tie me up. I say, you mean consensual sex, and she follows it up by saying, you know what I mean, Tom, rough sex. Once again, these are really weird messages to be sending to someone that you now claim is sexually abusing you on a weekly basis. Now, that evening,
Yeah, no, that's a little bit weird. I'm not gonna lie. Very, very strange. Incredibly strange, in fact. You know, I personally do think that in a situation like this, there's only one real solution to the problem, and that is run just as far away as you can.
of October 26th, we can see that I hang out at Rowan's house and I sleep over. Then there's a text that shows that I'm leaving and mentioned that I took my friend to the hospital. On October 27th, she says that she hopes I'm doing well. She loves me so much. On October 30th, she says that we'll be married in 2 years. October 31st at 12:30 in the morning, she texts me and says, I had a nightmare you broke up with me. Oh my God. She then says that I should cut a hole in my Batman suit for my dick. On October 31st in the afternoon, she says, oh Tom, I yearn for the big white cock. On November 1st, at 1...
Listen, to my future wife, if I ever get married at this rate, because let's be real, I'll probably be single for the rest of my life. If you ever text me like this, I am going to divorce you. It's just, I'm sorry, it's happening on the spot. All right? Like, I don't care. Okay? Like, it's happening. You are getting divorced immediately. Okay? Like, just, there's no chance in hell I ever want to see a message like this from anyone. Okay? That is just cringe. You know what I mean?
20 a.m., she says, up? No good night? I love you? Yeah, it's fucking over. I tell her that I'm falling asleep, and she says, you was madly in love with her and not me. I'm gonna myself. I tell her, good night, I'll see you tomorrow, and I then say, do not say anything like that ever again. Now, for a little more context on this specific message and what she's talking about here, during our entire relationship, she was extremely insecure about the fact that before I was with her, I had lived with a girl and she wanted me to basically show more commitment in the relationship than I was willing to show, as far as like moving physically closer to her. And at a few points she suggested that we move in together, and I said, you know, it's just too soon. We're not really ready for that. I don't think that makes sense after dating for just a few months to move in together.
Yeah, no, he's actually right about that. Like, that's the smartest thing ever. Why would you literally ever do that? Bro, I know so many people who are dumb enough to do things like that. Actually, one of my friends is about to do that right now, funnily enough. And I think she's being extremely stupid about that. But like, yeah, it's just so dumb when people do stuff like this.
So that's the context of this. She would constantly bring up shit and compare herself to my ex, or ex-sexual partners in general, but my ex-girlfriend. And I was like, don't say stuff like that. Like, I'm dating you right now. Stop worrying about this. So later on in the night, she texts me saying, "Mass is needed. I am such a sweet girl and have love in my heart for you. I know this." And this carries into the morning, where she says, "Hi, my sweet love." The next day around noon, she says, "Sorry for being kind of bitchy. Let me know when you're on your way." I say that I have arrived. We take a photo in our Halloween.
Oh, okay, that's actually kind of cute though. Like, you know, the two of them together in their like Halloween outfit, right? Yeah, I can't get over the fact that this girl just, you know, casually is like texting her boyfriend, "Thank you, nigga." Like, that's crazy, bro. How often do you think she says that, by the way? Like, this has to be something that she says very often. She probably says it like in person. Do you think Turkey Tom says it too? Do you think like he often says the N-word? Like, if she's saying it, do you think he also says it? I don't know. There's no hole in the Batman suit. Damn, you're right. He did not make that hole for her, bro. Like, damn.
In outfits. And on November 2nd, I say that I made it home, and she says that she hopes that I have a good day. So we've now made it through the entire month of October, and there's no indication of any kind of abuse, any kind of mistreatment, or even really anything negative. But almost every single day, she says something about how she loves me, how I'm perfect, how everything is good, and she keeps sending me sexual stuff the entire time without me even asking. At the risk of belaboring the point, I do want to go through a few more messages just for the hell of it, just so I can confidently show that she was extremely sexual the entire time and never expressed any reservations about the sex we were having. On Wednesday, November 5th, out of nowhere, she texts me saying, "I'm trying to make you nut." I just don't respond. On December 12th, she sends me nudes again. Kind of a weird thing to send to someone who apparently has sexual blackmail on you again, is it not? On December 24th, she says that I am a sweetie pie. She's grateful for me. She wants to make...
Bro, she's like literally obsessed with this man, and he's like barely like making any effort in this relationship whatsoever, bro. Like, that is actually crazy. Like, he's literally putting the least amount of effort ever into this relationship. He's like borderline fucking ignoring her, and she is like absolutely obsessed with him. Like, this is crazy.
Make me nut again, in her words, and she hopes we're married for a long time. On January 2nd, she sends me a naked photo of herself, again, unprompted. And the morning of January 8th, Rowan texts me saying that before she comes to visit me, she needs to know that my dick is working. Less than 36 hours later, insane. I broke up with her. So as you can see, the text...
So, okay, that makes sense. He was like slowing down the text messages because he was like mostly over the relationship. Bro, that's so wild, dude. Damn, bro did not care. Bro was like, I'm good. I'm so good. He was over this, man. He was like, nah.
Don't lie. Rowan was blatantly the more sexual one in the relationship. I've produced evidence of this nearly every single week, and she didn't produce any because there isn't any. But apart from the idea that I filmed her without her consent, and apart from the idea that I was a sexually abusive partner, she actually made some other claims as well. So another claim she made is that I encouraged her eating disorder.
Yeah, I told him very early on, like, hey, like, I've struggled with eating issues in the past, and I'm kind of still trying to gain some weight and make sure everything's okay. And he would tell me, "Oh, I love how skinny you are. I like how small you are, you know, like, I love how your body is like skinny," and like just say all this stuff that was incredibly hard to hear.
This is also a pretty serious claim, and if true, would undoubtedly make me a pretty fucked up guy, but it's just not true. Here, I directly discourage her eating disorder, even giving her advice on gaining weight.
If you eat well and exercise, you'll be toned anyway. It won't really matter that you put on some weight. You're very skinny right now, so you'll have very good progress right away if you work out. Yeah, wow. He actually looks like he's genuinely encouraging her to like be healthier. He's actually doing the right thing, surprisingly enough. And she says she wants to look like a Barbie, but it's not healthy to starve max. Starve max? What the fuck is starve maxing?
And I say starving yourself is very bad for you. In this next screenshot, she says she used to be thick, but she self-nuked. I say you look the same more or less. I guess you lost some weight, but I think both are attractive. In this next one, she says that she feels skinny fat. I say I don't agree, and I say that working out is good. In this next one, she sends me an image that says nothing tastes as good as skinny feels, and I say that's a sickening image. Now, for those who don't know, this is like it's like a pro-anorexia slogan, I guess you would call it. Here in this next screenshot, she asks me if I still like her.
So she's like anorexic.
I say yes. Here in this next one, I tell her explicitly she should eat more food and drink protein shakes to gain weight, and I also tell her that gaining weight would be healthy for her, as well as saying, I just want you to be healthy. Here in this next one, I tell her that I find her sexy how she is, but that it could be healthy for her to gain 5 to 10 pounds. So this is now 7 instances of me actively discouraging her eating disorder, despite her lying and saying that I was egging it on. Now, one of the other allegations that Rowan has levied towards me is that I'm into age play. She's not alleging that I did it with her, she's alleging that I did it with another girl named Ellie, who I briefly talked to 2 years ago. Now, there's no proof whatsoever that I did anything close.
Why are we bringing another woman into this? There's a fucking new character that was been unlocked? Like, what the fuck? Why?
To age play, but I did text her about these allegations, and she clearly...
I mean, I don't really want to post it on my story. I don't feel like coming back to social media right now, but you have never done age play, LOL. I prefer if I could get people to like leave me the fuck out of it. We barely dated. Damn, bro. Ellie is just like, why, bro? Why am I being dragged into this, bro? That's crazy.
Clearly states that I've never done age play. An ex-girlfriend of mine named Kai, who I dated for...
So is it just because Ellie looks younger? Is that it? Like, why are people just so weird, bro? Like, is it just because she has a younger looking, like, I guess, face?
3 years, also publicly posted on Twitter saying that I never abused her and that we never did anything related to age play. So this brings the total counter up to 5 people: Rowan, Katie, Ellie, Kai, and another random girl I banged a year ago named Maddie.
I'm sorry. Now we're bringing Maddie into this. So this girl basically just didn't like that he broke up with her and then started just making shit up about all the other women that she knew that he was with just to try to make him look worse. That's so fucked up, bro. That's actually just fucked up.
Who for some reason came out in the midst of all of this to post pictures of herself in my house. And all of these people say that I never was into this fetish with them. The closest thing I've ever engaged in when it comes to age play is that sometimes girls do call me daddy during sex.
Okay, buddy. Hey, listen, he's so proud of this big white dick, bro. I get it, bro. I understand that it's huge. We all get it. Damn.
So it's a little embarrassing given that I am... me. I accept that it's something people are going to see as a little bit strange. All I can really do at this point is accept that it's something that I've done, and I think that Rowan should accept it about herself too, given that she...
Wait, well, hold on. Is being called daddy now considered age play? We're not rewriting fucking history here, are we? Like, is this a fucking thing that Gen Z is trying to fucking make the fuck up? Because I'm not subscribing to this ideology at all. Okay, like let's walk that the fuck back. Ain't no way we're doing that now.
Also called me daddy during sex and over text repeatedly. In the same vein as this accusation,
it's
Rowan
Gen
stated,
Alpha, actually.
One more thing to add I thought was odd. Never
It depends
really
on how much
expressed
older you
any
are than
interest
them.
in Hello
Fair.
Kitty or that type of e-girl stuff, but I had like one Hello Kitty figure in my car. As a gift, Tom bought me Hello Kitty pajamas and a bunch of Hello Kitty stuff. So Rowan essentially wants you to believe that I'm pushing Hello Kitty onto her as if I have some kind of weird fascination with it. But the truth is that I am a 23-year-old man and I don't give a fuck about Hello Kitty, okay? The only reason I bought her anything Hello Kitty themed at all, which was once, by the way, was because she frequently expressed interest in it. Here she is sending me a photo with a Hello Kitty figurine next to her printer. Here she is sending me a photo with a hand-drawn and colored Hello Kitty image on her wall. Yeah, she made these herself. Here, in regards to her decorating my room, she says, "No Hello Kitty?" with a frowny face, and I say, "Correct." And something interesting about these texts is that she shows that she has a poster of the movie Lolita on her wall. I wonder what the movie Lolita could possibly be about. This film is about a middle-aged professor who is sexually attracted to adolescent girls he calls nymphettes. He rents a room in the house of a young widow to get closer to her 14-year-old daughter, Dolores Hayes Lowe, whom he calls Lolita. Obsessed with the girl, he eventually gains control over her after he takes her cross-country with him. Rowan even says that I should watch this movie, to which I reply that I feel like it's a movie adult men aren't supposed to see. In this next screen...
Why does she have a poster of that on her wall? Why does she have a poster of that on her wall? She is projecting. Like, we could all agree right now, this is like genuinely just projection. We've solved the problem now. It's actually just projection.
Screenshot, Rowan asks me, if I start dressing like a weird Hello Kitty e-girl, would you still fuck with me? And I replied, no, I don't want you to do that. I find it kind of repulsive. Here, Rowan is texting
Yeah, no, I mean, that's fair, actually. I mean, I would too.
me upset that she has to take down all of the Hello Kitties from her dorm room. And this next one is probably the strangest reference.
How old is she? I don't think he ever, like, said her age. Or maybe she did, or he did, and I just didn't pick up on that. But, like, yeah, I want to know how old she is. Right? Dorm room? Is she, like, 18 or something? I don't know how old he is either.
It's a Hello Kitty out of all of them. Here, she's sending me a video that says,
that is a crazy caption, my brother in Christ. That is a crazy, crazy, crazy caption.
get you a man that takes you to the Hello Kitty hotel. And under it, she writes, imagine the rape here. And I say, I will not imagine. Now, with some of the
He's smart. He covered all his bases, bro. He's actually a genius for that, bro. He's like, legitimately, he is defending himself properly here. Like, I guess the only other person I know who, or I guess the only other two people I would say I know who have defended themselves to this degree have been Quite and Cinder, realistically speaking.
more insane projections and lies out of the way, I'd like to get into some strange details that Rowan also decided to lie about for whatever reason she may have. One thing that a lot of people pointed out that's strange is that Rowan had taken a photo of us matching on Tinder before we met in person.
What? Oh, no. She was a fan. Oh, no. That's why she was obsessed. Dude, it makes fucking sense. Oh, no. Dude, this is why I'm off fucking dating apps, bro. This is exactly why I am never using dating apps ever again, bro. I have so many stories about dating apps that I've told on stream before, but like, you know, like there was this one time I matched with this girl who worked at NASA who recognized me from being in like CDawg VA videos. For people that don't know, I used to edit, and you know, I was and still am obviously in a lot of like older CDawg VA videos. You can go watch those at your own leisure. And like, she matched with me and was like, oh my God, I love seeing you in the videos or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But like, to me, that didn't feel genuine because she obviously, I don't know if she really liked me. She just fucking saw me on YouTube and, you know, probably only matched with me because of that. And I've never really been okay with stuff like that. And I haven't used dating apps in a very long time because of stuff like that. And now my whole ideology now is just, I want to meet someone naturally, the right way. And I don't know if I ever will. I probably never will at this rate, because every single fucking person I know now is like, oh my God, I only trust meeting people on dating apps because it's a lot safer than meeting people in real life. And it's stupid. I hate the way the world is now, but whatever. It's where we're at.
Yeah, I took a picture of a match because I could kind of tell there was like something weird about this guy. Like, I didn't know if he was famous or whatever. And also, I did that to other people as well on Tinder.
Just like everybody you matched with to like gossip with?
I don't believe that.
Like girlfriends?
Yeah, like a couple of them. But yeah, he seemed like kind of weird. So I took pictures of our match.
She's also stated repeatedly that she's not a very online person multiple times throughout her testimony.
Okay, I'm not super into the internet stuff and had no idea what Kiwi Farms is. That is absolute bullshit. The only people who know what fucking Kiwi Farms are the people who use the internet fucking religiously. Like, dude, that you cannot say you're not fucking online and then you use Kiwi Farms. Hello? And also the way she fucking types and speaks. And also you fucking use TikTok. You can't say you're not on the internet when you use TikTok.
But the wild thing about this is Rowan had sent me a message on my YouTube connected Instagram all the way back on February 21st of 2024.
Oh, you can't hide from him. You tried to lie saying that you weren't a fan, and he has the fucking receipts because you messaged him as a fan. She was terminally online. Damn.
15 months before matching me on Tinder, where she said, you have to do a video on this crazy guy on Twitter who only has like 3,000 followers.
Bro, she's cooked. Bro, she's actually cooked. She was obsessed because she was a fucking fan. And then she pretended to not know him. And then she sat here just trying to be, you know, smashed by him every single day because she was in her head being like, oh my God, I'm getting plowed by my favorite YouTuber every fucking night. Holy shit, it makes sense now. Dude. And yeah, then she's sitting here fucking playing the goddamn victim when in reality, he's the fucking victim. What the hell? Bro, I can't trust anything on the internet anymore, bro. I'm staying off dating apps. I'm staying away from women in general, bro. If this is the type of caliber of women out there, bro, I'm scared.
But this man is a menace. I even confronted her about this when we first hung out because I found it very strange that she lied to my face when she first met me and said she didn't know who I was. I said, hey, I looked at our messages on Instagram and saw you DM me over a year ago. Rowan said, oops, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want to tell you, but I watched one of your vids a while ago and thought you were cute, but I thought it would be awkward.
Bro, this is like genius levels of storytelling, brother. He crafted a narrative. Okay, we are like 30 minutes into this video. He took us from the beginning, saying, "Hey, you know, there were allegations against me. All right, I'm gonna tell you about this girl who put forward these allegations, all the things she said. I'm gonna show you all the proof of everything, and then you know this crazy twist of where you know, look, it was her this entire time, freaking actually pushing for all the things that she said that I was pushing for, and then oh, here's another crazy fucking twist." Boom! She actually fucking knew who I was the entire time. It's like this is perfect. This is like genius levels of storytelling right now. Like he's a YouTuber. He's a fucking YouTuber. I get it. 1.6 million subscribers now. Tom, you're him.
I responded, that's okay. I was just surprised. She replied, I know I probably look crazy. I said, I mean a little bit. It's okay. I just wish you told me, that's all. She answered, I didn't want to because I thought it would be weird. I'm sorry. Kind of lied about some stuff. I was like a niche internet micro celebrity on Twitter for a little bit too. I'm chronically online and didn't want to admit it, lol. I've gotten better about it. Once again, this is just another...
So she admitted, at least in that image, about lying about things, you know, online. Interesting. Okay. All right.
Detail that it doesn't even make sense to publicly lie about, but
yeah,
it's just one of those things that makes me question her intentions throughout the entire relationship looking back. Publicly, she's also misrepresented the end of our relationship. In the interview, it stated that our breakup took place in December and that after that, she realized how bad it was and she felt the need to contact Katie, who we're going to get into later. This is blatantly...
Yeah, what the fuck did Katie do, bro? Katie said shit about him and she doesn't even get a fucking major portion in this video. Like, Katie must have not been that important at all, bro. Like Katie, you are a footnote to this man's life.
Untrue. We broke up on January 10th of this year, 2026, and she began posting about me on January 14th, literally days later. She says the breakup was kind of mutual, an idea that is just bitterly ironic because that's not the case. Immediately after I told Rowan that I wanted to break up with her, she began threatening to post about me online and even began attempting to blackmail me into having sex with her again. I don't know what you want me to say to you. I just want to move on from our relationship and have you go be in your corner. You can meet other guys and it'll be fine. I'll go meet other girls. We'll just we'll break up.
No, you won't. Because I'm going to make it hard for you to ever be in a relationship.
Why?
Because you don't deserve one.
Not the fucking receipts! Holy shit! Bro came prepared! He fucking had the foresight! Oh my god! What?
Why?
Because you're a piece of shit.
Why?
Because our whole relationship, you act like everything is all about you the whole time.
Okay.
You don't give a fuck. You're just an awful guy, and I'm so sorry that your mom raised you.
Okay. He's a YouTuber. I mean, what do you expect from us? All right, we're terrible people. This is why we're single. You know, okay. It's just, I'm desperate. I'm looking for love. Please help me, okay?
Jesus seemed like a nice lady, but clearly she did something very wrong.
Okay, damn! Why are you talking shit about his mom now? Relax!
Okay, Rowan, I just want to move on and have my life, and you'll move on and have your life. And we can be in our own corners. We don't have to do damage to each other. We don't have to cause each other any more anguish, okay?
I just want to see you again, though.
So she's literally like, I just want you back. And if he won't get back with her, she's threatening to damage his career. Do you know how fucked up this is? She's actually just obsessed with him to a point where she's willing to damage his career because she wants him back. Dude, this is like, oh my God, wait a minute. This is Gone Girl levels of fucked up. Have you guys seen the movie Gone Girl? In the movie Gone Girl, Ben Affleck's wife, I forget the actress's name, literally fucking, this is a spoiler for the movie, so maybe skip ahead or whatever. But basically, she fakes her death because she hates him so much. She fucking fakes her murder. Like, she pretends that he murders her because she hates her fucking husband so goddamn much. Frames him for fucking murdering her because she hates him, just so he could fucking go to prison and get the death penalty and get him killed, you know, because she just fucking hates him that goddamn fucking much. Like, this is that level of fucking crazy right now. Holy shit. Except on like maybe a lighter note because it's like a YouTuber and she's not going that far, but like close enough. You know what I mean? Damn.
Like, do you think we'll ever be able to see each other?
After the way these conversations have gone today, I really don't think so.
Why?
Because you're like threatening to blackmail me.
I'm not. Well, if you don't come see me, then I will.
I stated blatantly that
If you don't come see me, then I will is insane, bro. Dude, you know, I'm glad that he knew that this was gonna happen though. Like he had the foresight to record it because he was prepared. He was prepared for this to happen, bro. I want to know how old she was though. I don't know how old Turkey Tom is, but I'm assuming if she was in college or something, she was probably like maybe 19 or 20. She like, I'm saying at most this girl was probably maybe 21, right? But I don't know Turkey Tom's age. But she was let's say she was 19 to 21 because she seems incredibly young for sure. Like, I don't think anyone in their late 20s would be this stupid. And like, can someone look up Turkey Tom's age? Because I want to know, because he seems like at the very least he has a little bit more of a level head. But she definitely did not have a frontal lobe at all. She was 20 turning 21. Gotcha. Okay.
I did not want to have sex with her. I didn't want to be with her anymore. I just wanted out of the relationship. This is something she was completely unwilling to accept. And that's why after I stopped talking to her, she proceeded to call me over 30 times and texted me 80 times.
Oh my God. If you don't want to talk or listen to me, I just say that don't waste my time. You need to apologize. Also, I need $900 back for my flight to Maine because it was a waste of money, apparently. Goodbye, Tom. Good luck. I'm impressing next BPD horror with your limp dick. Okay, damn. She admits. See, this is what I said. Remember when I said BPD girls give the best head, bro? I was right. You remember when I called that out? I'm never wrong about that. I know I'm right about that. All right. BPD girls do give the best head. Okay. Unfortunately, though, you see how crazy they are, chat. All right. You don't want this in your life. Okay. I mean, you might want to try it out. And it is worth trying out at least once. I'm not going to lie. It's very fucking fun. But like, don't do it, my brothers in Christ. Trust me. You don't want this, bro. Like, this is the repercussions of what you have to fucking deal with when you're done with it. Okay. Like, don't do it. Okay. I have a screenshot of you talking about Ellie and how your dick pics were going to be put all over the internet. You're literally such a whoa, I almost read that word out loud. Tell your friend from Dallas to hit me up. Okay, what? Is she trying to sleep with one of his friends now? That's fucked. My question is, why string me along so long and say you loved me when you didn't? It became clear to me at some point that this would be the response I would get if I were to break up with you, and I've been dreading that slowly. And considering you just told me you were talking to other guys over phone and you just threatened to post about me publicly, realistically, I can't trust you anyway. If that's why you didn't want to break up with me because you were scared I would say some dumb shit, that's so pussy, bro. I see why you didn't want me to look up because it's so bad. You're literally just as bad as people you make videos about, like fucking a Belle Delphine impersonator and getting your dick leaked is crazy. Then telling your girlfriend about it is expecting sympathy. Did he do that? Did he have sex with a Belle Delphine impersonator? That's kind of, did he cheat on his girlfriend with a Belle Delphine impersonator? That's impressive in its own right? Because I'm assuming like if it's Belle Delphine impersonator, they're obviously hot as shit, right? But like still, that's kind of sad in its own way. have some self-awareness. You're really just an overgrown man-child in some ways. Also, I need some money back because you should have told me before the trip to break up with me. And you literally sit at home all day, nothing, have no hobbies except for gym and video games, and have a high body count. But you think you're this high value man. It's crazy. I know whichever girl is unfortunate enough to get into a relationship with you next will go through the same thing I did, because you're like actually so emotionless and mean. Also, you're like mad chopped in the face. I had to look past it. Damn. I'm done being a hater. You have a lawyer. You can't record me without consent. Posting text screenshot isn't legal, dumbass. Good luck trying to sue me for posting text messages, conversations on a public website. You're literally so stupid, Tom. I should have gone to the police right away, but I have evidence. I told my roommate after, as well as my friend Sophia. You can't even deny it, because for real, it happened. You said word for word, I like hurting you. I still can't remember of how fucked it felt. I'm getting a no contact order. It will go on your record. You're a fucking narcissist. I also got a lawyer. I hated having to tell my mom. You're genuinely a horrible human being. I never loved you. I just loved the idea of you. I am going to the courthouse in Waco when I get here there and ordering a temporary restraining order due passing threats of having made against me. It might go to a real court in which both of us will have to appear. What? When did he make a threat? I mean, I don't know, obviously, but like, what the fuck? Huh?
With no response. She is publicly claiming to be a victim of sexual abuse while begging me to fuck her again.
Like, you've done all this like weird shit. Like, I don't like it. Like, you're so weird. You treat me badly, especially during sex. And like over the phone, I just listed everything that he had done wrong, and he was like, well, you can leave me if you want. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave you.
What? I don't think that's what I just heard. She just begged him. She just begged him to take her back, and now she's saying she left willingly.
That's basically what happened.
But there was no like specific, like, did you guys talk at all between breaking up and then?
Tom and I?
Yeah.
I don't believe so, because I blocked him.
Even this detail is also so insane. While it is true that once she started to lose her mind, I did stop talking to her, she continued speaking at me, alternating between begging me to forgive her for breaking up with her, saying she wanted to have sex with me again, and sending me psychotic text messages filled with lies that she came up with once I dumped her. Now, with Rowan dealt with, the next person I'd like to address is Clorox Katie.
Clorox Katie, bro, you're literally the footnote, bro. You're the last fucking 5 minutes of this video because you're that unimportant to this fucking story. Let's see what you got.
Katie's a girl I had a brief sexual relationship with 2 years ago, and she began posting about me on the same day as Rowan. Now, back when we were hanging out, she flew all the way from California to Maine to hang out with me twice. In the interview, she describes her time with me as the worst experience of her life.
And then you fly back, and how did that go? How long did you stay?
Horrible. That was the worst experience of my life, I think.
And she also took to the forum to make some posts about me. Yes, Tom is extremely harsh during sex. I've been down the kink roads in my life, and how he acts is actually just evil and almost sadistic. Not even kinked up, just actually a Patrick Bateman-type gooner. When asked how things between us ended, here is what she had to say. I just truly thought he was a cringe who definitely was going to beat me later if I stayed around. We only had a 2-month fling, but even my insane ass was scared of how he acted, and he was also just stupid. I hated conversation with him. He was just extremely weird to me and also evil as fuck during sex. Naturally, people asked her why she hadn't reported me to the police, and her response was, I thought about the police and looked into it, but again, it being across my own state lines and in Maine, it would have had to been filed there, and I lived on the opposite side of the country, so it just didn't seem feasible. These claims are once again so absurd to me that the best way to dispel them is to just look through our messages together. In these two DMs, you see that Katie comes to visit me for the first time on January 20th and leaves on January 23rd. She comes to visit me, she says she's excited, she then goes home, and after leaving my house the first time, she immediately texted me saying, I had so much fun, Tom, you can kidnap me whenever. I feel so alone in my bed. She then says that she has to come back. Now, days after coming the first time, she sends me nudes. Once again, this is kind of a weird thing to send to somebody that you're claiming is recording sex with you without your consent. Why would you send this person nudes? She then sends me nudes a second time, says she needs it, says so starved, so deprived, and she says that she misses me so much. I say, let's hang out in March. She says I'm down, but waiting until March will be so hard. On February 1st...
Bro, what am I doing wrong, bro? Turkey Tom has a fucking log down there or something, bro. Like, goddamn, bro. These women are obsessed with him. Clearly, bro. He dicks them down one time, and they literally become obsessed, bro. Like, what does he have? Like some fucking serum that he makes them drink for them to fucking be this goddamn obsessed? He has to be drugging them. It's some sort of drug. It has to be a drug, right? Like, we all agree it's a drug or something. Like, what's going on in Turkey Tom's fucking house that these women leave and they're this fucking obsessed? The world may never know. I need to know, because I'm gonna be honest with you. While I would like to think that I am a good guy and I have had, wonderful sex with, multiple women in my life, I have never in any regard had a woman be this obsessed with me. Women have been happy with me. Women have been pleased by me, but they have never been obsessed with me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying, like, obviously a woman has been like, oh my God, I want to come over tonight. I want to suck your blah, 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 and shit like that, right? Like, I've had that. Obviously, we all have in relationships, shit like that. But like, I don't think I've had a woman be like, I need you. I want you so bad. I need you. My wisdom teeth got taken out, and I want to suck your big fat white. We're going to keep going.
Katie says that she misses me. On February 2nd, she slides up on my story and says she is counting down the days until she can see me again. She then says that she needs to see me ASAP, and she misses all the things about me. On February 4th, she says she wishes that she woke up cuddling me. On February 8th, she says she wants to have sex with me again. Once again, this is after the first time we hung out. February 18th, she says she's going to swallow me, and she then sends me naked photos of herself willingly. Keep in mind, once again, she's accusing me of recording sex with her without her consent, and then she keeps saying,
how high is his body count, bro? I need to know. Are we matching? Do you think Tom and I match in body counts? Like, is this a YouTube? I feel like this is a YouTuber thing. I feel like once you're a YouTuber, your body count is just exponentially higher. It's just the way of the world. But like, how high is his though? Because like, he has a log down there. It has to be that much higher. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like his is just like, I'm guessing 100 at least. I'm not even that high, right? Like, his is definitely in the hundreds for sure. Like, that shit, it must be crazy fucking high. You know what I mean? Like, if the women are this obsessed with him, bro, like, he's easily in the hundreds. Goddamn.
sending me naked photos of herself. She even sent me a video, by the way. She says, I need you right meow. I need you ASAP. February 22nd and February 24th, we have I miss you.
Bro, do you think these women are seeing this video and they're like manually going through the old text messages and unsending messages now that you have the option to unsend messages on iPhone, right? Like do you think they're like, oh shit, I gotta go unsend this shit now?
And are you home yet? February 28th, she slides up on my story and says, I'm gonna suck you so good. She then says, I need to see you now more than ever. Lots of hugs and hot sex. On March 2nd, she says, I like you lots. And I reciprocate. She says she can't wait to see me again. She then says that she's excited to see me that coming Saturday. In the next screenshot, I say, your pussy's going to be so sore. And Katie responds with, good thing we had to wait a while, because then I can take a beating. She then says, I'm ready for you to throw me around. Now, when we were discussing how many days she would want to stay, she says, as long as you want, and that we'll have so much sex and party so hard. And she then once again expresses how excited she is. On March 7th, she sends me a barrage of unsolicited sexual photos, including her with BDSM leather on her butt. On March 8th, she says all she can think about is me, and she can't wait for my dick to be down her
48 hours, my dick will be down your throat. Jesus Christ, Tom, relax.
And on March 10th at 7 in the morning, which is 4 a.m. her time, she says that she is so excited to see me that she cannot sleep. Now, with the Instagram messages out of the way, we can move on to the text messages. So on March 10th, this is the second visit, right? Prior to getting there, she says that she is starving for me. Now, March 15th, this is when she leaves. She says, I still have her toothbrush, but that I have to let her come back. Now,
so she did the typical strategy of leaving something behind because she wants to come back, bro. Dude, when I learned about that shit, bro, women are devious. They leave something behind because they're like, oh my God, I left something at your place. Like, now I have to come back and get it. Bro, listen, ladies, if you leave something at my house and I don't want you back, you're not coming back. Just so you know, like, I will ship it to you. I will go drop it off at your doorstep, but you are not coming back here. All right? We will make this perfectly clear to you. If I don't want you back here, I don't want you back here. Okay? To be fair, though, right, I also learned of a different strategy. This is the strategy that Bella did, all right? Bella's strategy was she sprayed my pillow with her fucking perfume. And I was like, why the fuck does my pillow just smell like her? I mean, I liked it at the time, but like still, you know what I mean? I'm not against it, right? It was a nice smell. But like, that's a crazy strategy, admittedly. You have to admit. It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy, chat. It's a little crazy.
Keep in mind, Katie, in her own words, said that this second time visiting me was the worst experience of her entire life.
How long did you say?
Horrible. That was the worst experience of my life, I think.
She basically describes being physically abused in the interview. She even says that while we were having sex, she would ask me to stop doing something, and I wouldn't. But that did not happen. You may also recall her stating that she ended things with me because I was such an insufferable person to be around. She claims that after the second trip, she began to realize she was a victim.
Yeah, and that's kind of like when things really started piecing together to me that I was like, wait, I think I am a victim right now. Like, something's not right here.
Okay, hear me out though, right? This is a thing that I've realized is like a new epidemic in society that I think a lot of people have been, opting to do. But I don't like that some people are blatantly into something and then they want to claim to be a victim years later and say, oh no, but I actually now feel like I didn't like that thing. Like, I don't think you're not allowed to do that. If you're into it in the moment, you can't say fucking 5 years from now, oh, I changed my mind. 5 years ago when I said I was into it, yeah, no, I don't think I was. Nah, fuck you. You were into it back then. Don't you fucking change your mind now.
In her words, this is why she stopped talking to me. She says that she was scared of me. She says she was scared that I would beat her. Well, on March 20th, which is after the second visit, she texts me saying, Tom, I really like spending time with you, but I'm kind of worried about if you actually like me or just using me. Lol. I'm just BPDing, and so I'm tweaking and need reassurance. Are you just having fun with me, or do we have something? To which I respond, well, I like you, and I think you're cool, and perhaps we even have something. However, I would make a bad boyfriend, so I don't really want to date anyone officially, I guess. Yeah. I was abundantly clear with my intentions with her. I did not want anything serious at that time. But apparently, this is the period she began to realize the true extent of my abuse, which is probably why after we had already hung out the second time, Katie tries to arrange a third meeting with me, saying she wishes that she was in Ohio, where I was at the time, and I did not reciprocate. After this proposition, she slid up on my Instagram story 12 times over the next 10 months, and I did not slide up on her story once, not a single time. So ask yourself, do these texts sound like a girl texting a guy that she finds evil and sadistic?
Damn. So once again, she was obsessed with him and he did not care about her at all. He just wanted to hook up. She wanted a relationship. And because he didn't want one back, she's mad at him for that. That's, oh my God, bro.
A guy that she was even debating going to the police about? Because to me, it seems crystal clear that she enjoyed our time together and even wanted to hang out a third time.
Wild.
You gotta keep in mind here, she flew across the entire North American continent twice, from California to Maine to see me. After the second time, she wanted me to be her boyfriend. I didn't want to. And she then repeatedly made efforts to contact me and hang out with me again. Now, to close off the video, I think I'd like to share some interesting texts that Rowan sent me about her dear friend Katie, as they're both accusing me of, I mean, whatever it is they're even trying to say at this point. After she saw that I was following Katie on Instagram, she messaged me on December 8th saying, did you know Clorox Katie tried to fuck Jet Neptune? Those girls too make themselves easy targets with the hair and piercings because they have sexual trauma. She then says, they complain about sexual assault a lot because they will fuck anything that breathes. 1 month and 2 days later, I broke up with Rowan, and in the middle of her unhinged tirade about me, she told me that she would be messaging as many girls I had been with as possible to try and find whatever dirt she could so that she could run to the internet about it. Now, I've seen a lot of people say things to the effect of, Tom's a hypocrite. He gooned. And you're right. I did goon. Okay. I did not stop gooning. So maybe in the end, the hats are more relevant than ever. Anyway, that's about it. I've said everything I need to. Goodbye.
I mean, to be fair though, you can't really judge the man for gooning, right? Like, I mean, sure, I guess he does, or maybe did make a lot of content like against stuff like that. But at the same time, like, he's human, right? We're all human. And as much as you might not believe it about me, so am I. And I guess like this is a story where I think what we can all learn from is you just have to learn that while I understand BPD bitches are some of the greatest women that you could ever find on the planet in terms of beauty and in terms of sexual pleasure, they're not the ones that you're going to marry. Okay. I hate to say it. Okay. You leave those bitches alone. All right, like listen, don't marry them. Okay, you have one night with them, maybe two, and then you leave them alone. You run away as far as you can. All right, leave them for the next guy who wants to like take their turn. And then, all right, some poor unfortunate soul will fall into their trap, but it's not going to be you. And you're going to find yourself a nice girl or a nice person in general. You're going to have a good, 50 years of marriage, I hope. I don't know. Who knows? But thank you guys for watching this video. That was a wild video, and I hope to God that you never fall into that trap. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, peace out, and have a wonderful rest of your afternoon, evening, morning, and or night. Bye bye.